Well, what's going on, guys? I wanted to take and do a little bit of an update video and kind of just tell you where I'm at and where I'm going, at least what my plans are and for me. And this is, a real accountability thing for me, because 4 years ago when I started this journey to lose weight at 515 pounds, I made a promise to be accountable to those people that reached out and supported me through my GoFundMe, and then also just with the encouraging words and whatnot. And I try to do my best to stay in touch with those folks and just let them know how I'm doing and whatnot. And yes, I know my gym posts probably get a little excessive sometimes, but that's my way of being accountable, and also of talking about something that I believe in. I believe very strongly in fitness and health and personal wellness. Now, I always have. Of course, letting myself get behind the 8 ball wasn't really the best way to be behind that, and not really a good way to get behind others and support them. It was kind of hard to give encouragement to others who were maybe looking to start a journey when I clearly wasn't following one myself. I would go, on and off of them, just like we all do. So often I sit here now over the last 4 years, I think people that get the weight off and get fit are kind of like former smokers. I've heard that people that used to smoke and have quit are some of the biggest critics of those that still smoke. In other words, they start recognizing the destructive behavior and all the bad stuff that goes along with smoking, and they get pretty critical of it. And I have to kind of remind myself all the time that, hey, you were in those shoes. As a matter of fact, you're still in those shoes, because almost like an alcoholic, anybody that ever had an issue with food, we have to constantly remind ourselves that that stuff can still be destructive. Food's not bad. Food is a fuel. The body's an engine, so depending upon what you put in it is going to determine how it runs, how efficient it runs, how strong it runs. And so I've learned those things. And do I get discouraged at times? Every day. Every single day I get discouraged. But I have enabled myself to overcome that discouragement by surrounding myself with people who are like-minded, who are on a journey of their own, whether it be a strength journey, whether it be a weight loss journey, whether it be a simple journey of therapy, because the gym in a lot of ways is therapy for people. Some people jump in bars, some people take and jump in food. Some others like us, we choose to jump in the gym. And what's even more encouraging to me is the fact that I see so many of my friends who are out there making a change and finding their way to a place that offers solutions for health and wellness. Many of you in different areas are finding yourself your own home gym, and surround yourself with those people. Find the ones in there that are like-minded, and just take and stick with them, encourage them, because believe it or not, no matter where they're at in their journey, they could be decades ahead of you in their fitness. At Burritt Built, we have world record holders in there. We have IFBB pros in there. And believe it or not, even though they have accomplished some sort of recognition, they're still on their own journey. They're still achieving things. I watch, my mentor, Brian Burritt. He's constantly setting a bar for himself above and beyond where he was. And it's for no one else but him. He does it for him. And, in doing so, though, it's encouraging others, people like me who I will never, I should never say never, but seeing what he's achieved in his lifetime of training and how he continues to push himself is encouraging to me. It makes me want to keep pushing. It proves to me that, as we get older, we can still challenge ourselves. I see videos of 90-year-old men doing 24 pull-ups. I'm 47, and 24 pull-ups isn't happening. So there's encouragement everywhere if we seek it. And the thing is that no matter what you're going through in life, if you're struggling with weight loss, maybe it could be you're wanting to gain weight, maybe you're wanting to gain muscle, maybe you're wanting to take and stop smoking, maybe you're wanting to stop drinking. You have to take the biggest change that you can make is to find a place or a group of people that are like-minded that will not only encourage you, but will hold you accountable for your own journey. And that will basically tell you in a heartbeat, listen, you're doing the wrong thing. But they're quick to encourage you and tell you, hey man, you're doing a great job. Everything's fantastic. You're progressing. Keep going. Because obviously, that type of stuff is important. You can't get angry at people that hold you accountable, because you should have asked them to keep you accountable, and in doing so, you're giving them permission to not sugarcoat anything, not sit there and play make-believe and come up and pat you on the back just because, even though sometimes we all need that. You can't fake progress. You can't fake what you tell yourself, because every morning when I get up, I look in the mirror, and me and that guy right there in the mirror know exactly everything I've done right and everything that I've done wrong. If I haven't taken and progressed maybe in continuing my weight loss, I know why, because I know where I fail. I know that I shouldn't take and maybe drink that alcohol that I had over the weekend. Maybe I should have drank more water during the week. Maybe I shouldn't have had as much cream in my coffee during the week that I had. Those things right there are undeniable facts that I know to be true to myself. And I can tell anybody else that I want to, oh yeah, no man, it's been on track, it's been golden, it's been the best week ever. And some of them will believe it. And the reason why is because, I do progress. However, those people that I'm accountable to at the gym, no. Because they see me nearly every day. And not that I'm in the gym every day. It's Friday, I won't be in the gym today. I will be in the gym tomorrow morning for Saturday morning bench, just like we've been doing for a while now. And you better believe it, they know based on my performance what I did in the week previous. So, I can't lie to that group. But I'm still doing well. And as a matter of fact, I have taken and set another goal for myself personally. I need to get my cardio back to what I was doing before, spending some extra time just on that. And what I don't mean spending countless amounts of time on a treadmill, but doing something additional. We do plyometric exercises, we do prowler pushes, things of that nature that we have available to us. It's time to get back after that, because cardio health is important. However, you have to be conscious of it and make sure that you know when you've been failing it. And last night, did some prowler pushes, and I'll tell you what, the prowler is a quick reminder of where your level of cardiovascular fitness is at when you're shoving that thing around the floor a little bit, and it'll let you know. The good thing is, guess what? I was able to do it. I was able to do more than I ever did the first time, and so I know that I'm still on track, and I've got a ways to go to make that a little bit comfortable to be able to push it. I encourage each and every one of you to take and reach out to somebody if you need any kind of assistance in some way when it comes to your health or personal well-being, whatever it is. Find somebody that you can trust and be accountable to. Find somebody that is not going to sugarcoat and lie to you, and just get after it. It has truly been the best 4 years of my life. Even with the trials and tribulations that have come along in the past 4 years, just like we all go through, whether it be through, losses of family member and friends to death and that type of thing, financial stresses, all that stuff that we go through. Look, it's May 3rd. Yep, May 3rd at 3:45 in the afternoon. I'm sitting out by my pool. I've got my Blue October playing in the background. The weather is beautiful, and even though it was cloudy this morning, the sun was always behind it, ready to come out and just you know, let me know that it's a good day. You know, my kids are doing well. I've got one in Alaska, and you know, he's learning to deal with life on his own and struggling and, you know, rising above and, you know, taking the punches and getting back up. And then, of course, we got Noah, 14 years old, who, you know, starts high school in the fall, and that's crazy to me. So life doesn't slow down. Life, you know, keeps rolling in spite of us. You know, it will steamroll you. It'll try, but are you smart enough to sidestep it and, you know, get ahead of it and not allow it to do that to you, you know? So, you know, again, my journey is far from over. My journey is far from me stopping sharing it. I'm always going to be throwing this out there, plain and simple. My posts aren't going to stop. My silliness isn't going to stop. And I encourage each and every one of you to find a way to encourage somebody else. And, you know, it's just like with my surgery. I tend to get a little bit sensitive about that, not because I hide anything about it, because I don't. I have no bones about telling anybody that I had surgery, because that was just a small part of the tool that allowed me to lose the weight, or helped me to lose the weight. However, at this point in the game, it takes me being active at 47 years old to maintain a level of healthy, and also to continue losing to get to where I ultimately want to be, but also to keep my strength increasing as I get older, because right now I can take and pretty much eat anything that I want. Anything. There's nothing that I can't eat. There's really nothing that doesn't disagree with me when I eat it anymore. So all those limitations that the surgery put in place are now gone. I still have a restricted capacity, but yet if you were to have dinner with me, which some of you have, you notice I pretty much eat a normal portion, which is a far cry from the 2 tablespoons that I would have at one sitting 3 years ago after my surgery, and the months that followed it, the few short months that followed it. Because just like a newborn child eats only a few tablespoons of food at a time because their stomach is small, the same thing goes for surgery. So as I got, you know, able to eat more, my stomach healed. Yes, it stretched out. Will it get back to the original size? No. I don't think that's, I shouldn't say it's not possible. It probably is. But it does, I get full faster. So I can still cram in ice cream, Oreos, those dang Girl Scout cookies that come creeping up on me and I can't say no to. But you know what? Now I can enjoy it because I go to the gym, I work my butt off, and I know that it's going to be okay, that tomorrow's another day. So I don't feel so guilty about when I eat something that maybe I shouldn't have, you know, because in all reality, we should never have any of that stuff. The human body wasn't really designed to intake that stuff and to remain healthy. But I don't feel terribly guilty about it because, you know what, I put the work in. And I owe that to my, you know, my coach, you know, Brian and Janae Burrett. I'm going to tell you right now, they are some of the most phenomenal coaches I've ever met. And they're encouraging, they care, and they will put as much time into you as you're willing to put into yourself. So with that, you know, I want to take and encourage you guys, if you're having a hard time finding a gym and you're in the Treasure Coast area and you're close to St. Lucie West, get to Burrett Built. Come check it out. We're not the normal gym. We're far from it. You know, the thing is Burrett Built is more than just a gym. It's a training facility. It has a multitude of disciplines for training in there. There's CrossFit if that's your thing. There's boxing. There's bikini contest training. There's powerlifting. And then there's just flat out, you know, group training. If you want to get in there and come in and train with a group and do combat camps and boot camps, it's there. If you want to do personal one-on-one training, you're scared to death of working out with somebody else, they've got that too. You know, guess what? We don't have any fluff and buff. We don't have any air conditioning. You know, we don't have showers in locker rooms. And guess what? Those things don't make you get healthy. Those things don't help you to lose weight. Those things don't help you to get stronger. They may enable you to take some cool selfies in that restroom and that shower with that cool tile behind you, but it'll damn sure not help you get closer to your goal. So you know what? I encourage you, if you want to feel different about where you work out, you want to feel a real energy, you want to take and be around people that are driven and will take and stand behind you and beside you and help you, then come up and check us out. There are gyms in your area that probably can do exactly the same thing. Go in there and find it if that's what you got to do. Because you know something? You're doing it for yourself, nobody else. And I've also found that even though my children and my family are my biggest driving factor, you know what? I do this for me. Plain and simple, I do it for me. Because so often I do other things for everybody else, and I love doing that, but this is the one thing that I do for me. And I've fallen in love with it because I've fallen in love with the struggle. I've fallen in love with the challenge. I've fallen in love with restarting. I've fallen in love with the love-hate relationship that comes with certain exercises and certain things that we do. And I really have fallen in love with the fact that when I'm done with a workout, when I've completed a task that's been thrown at me, the pride belongs to me because I did it. And nobody can take that away from you. So my journey's continuing. Another big piece of the puzzle, obviously, when you go from 515 pounds down to 250 pounds, is excess skin. And that's going to be a big part of my journey that I'm going to be sharing. I have actually taken and put an application out to a reality show about that, and we will see what happens with it. And if it does happen, obviously I'm going to share it with you guys as much as I possibly can, because obviously I think that when you do anything of that nature, they put some boundaries on you during the production. So keep your fingers crossed for that, for me to make it happen. Throw your prayers out there for that to happen, because obviously surgery is extremely expensive. Insurance does not cover it at almost between $12,000 and $15,000, and I think that that's going to be the next step that I take, because 3 years I'm going to be 50, and I want to be better at 50 than I was at 15, than I was at 25, than I was at 35, than I was at 45. So I love you guys so much. I appreciate all of you that continue to encourage me, that always sit there and send me messages and, you know, let me know you're thinking about me. And I hope that, you know, it's encouraging to you that if somebody like Jim, somebody like Big Jim can get out there and do it, anybody can. You know, the thing is, it may not be surgery that's your path. It may just simply be changing the way you eat and staying consistent in the gym. Whatever it takes, get it done, because you're important. And you know what? I love you for that when you try it. So you guys stay healthy, stay well, and we'll talk to you soon.